Hello again YouTube, just a second layout update. Been quite a while since the last update, but as you can see I've already got boards and I'm in the middle of track lane. So yeah, this is going to be the bottom of the layout, so it's going to be mostly covered by the fiddle yard, especially this area feeding around to narrow it down to go into the top layer. So yeah, I've got quite a lot to do, especially trying to get all them tracks into 3 tracks, but getting them all to be accessed to any one of the tracks. So if they wanted to go from the outer to the inner, which they can there, but then doing the reverse same, which I might do by here or so, I don't know. But yeah, the idea is that they all feed into 3 tracks. Could have gone with 4, but they're taking up too much space because I want a small little, not so much a small one, but one for suburban runs, whereas these would all be for mainline traffic, Fine Scotsman, Tornado, and bigger engines, also passenger freight trains, and then this one's going to be for more small, light freight, but also suburban runs. So this one would come round to here. They'd be the 3 main lines, so this would just be the branch line. So yeah, these are supposed to go around, and then if you keep following my finger, where hopefully by here, facing that way, there'd be a tunnel, so that's where they come out with the incline. So this would be, I don't know how I'm going to do it yet, but I need to build the top layer so I know where about and how high I'm going to go. So it comes round, goes up the incline, comes out of the tunnel, and then straight away spans, I don't know if I'm going to do it 4 lines or 5, I don't know, but yeah, it comes out of the tunnel, bit of a scenic embankment sort of thing going on over there hopefully in the future. So come into the station with a town scene along the front here, so go round, exiting out the station, possibly wherever I put my plans, going with how we said the plans, but this is going to be there to cover all that lot, so it's easier. And then possibly by here have the engine sheds and whatnot going along the back, possibly. And then as they come out the station, go through a little bit of a country scene, and then hopefully, if I can do it right, get them all to filter back into the 3 tracks, possibly 4, don't know, to go across the viaduct, which would be nice because it'd be hiding all that lot, and then go because as these on the bottom would go on the outside going up to go down, they'd be going on the inner side of that to go around and then filter in along the bottom to that lot, which is going to be a lot of track, which I've got a little bit, but yeah, I'm getting more hopefully. And then with the branch line, this would be a separate track on its own, obviously coming up, following the 3 main lines, but when it gets to halfway, possibly filter it out here so it comes out at an angle or whatnot, or comes out of a little bit earlier. So say for instance there's the tunnel for them coming out, possibly having the tunnel by here. I'm not too sure yet, I'd have to work that out, but coming along and then come along the front here, although looking at the plans I wanted that to be the branch line, so to say, but it might have to change slightly. So yeah, come that same again, come round and then jump onto the viaduct with the 3 tracks, and then as it makes its way down, possibly the ends are the same, they're all the same tunnel, and then go down and then come across, go round and then filter across, so that these here I can have swooped, because I've noticed with doing that outer run, or this one in particular, the curve points are better. So that's that. In the future, that's going to be changed to a curve point. It's just so I know why the idea. So that would be a curve point with that one. So then flip it onto the other side. Here we'd have a curve point on the outer line. Same again here, and then possibly either another one or a small point. I'm not too sure on that one. I'll have to wait till I come on the side. But yeah, so then I can have, I think the outer line, because we've got a little bit of an intruder there with the screw, which we've tried screwing it down, but we need to cut it out. So yeah, looking at that line there, I could have theoretically of with reference to how Everard Junction's got his fiddle yard, not that I'm copying him, but I noticed on his with a curved point he can fit, I think, quite a huge HST, although I'm not doing anything, or I have got a HST, the older version. I'm doing mostly steam, so I would be able to get 2 very long trains in there, and then especially on these 2 inner tracks, a third one, yeah, I suppose, yeah, that could be a bigger train. But yeah, in reference to the framework, although it looks like I have not got a lot of legs, with the house we're in, unfortunately, it's out of the wall, so even if I would have had legs down everywhere, it was just not feasible with the floor not being level and everything else. So we've decided to batten along the back, screw it into the wall in certain points. If I can see anyway, that's what we're talking about, of how far the walls are. That one's pretty flush, to be honest, but yeah, of how much certain parts of the wall are. So again, we've got that one's fully battened it along that one, and then this one runs straight across the window, which I'm not really fussed, because I've got a blind there for people not being able to look in and whatnot. And then small batten there, another small one there, and then another small one there, and then this one singular leg, although we've put a batten straight across to strengthen that piece. And then that one again, that gap unfortunately runs all the way along. So although it's not going anywhere, the board, with the floor being out as well, it's all level apart from this one little piece, which you can see on the camera. It's not after I'm not good at joinery, and my father-in-law that helped out, but probably about 10% competent between the pair of us. But other than that, we've done it. So we've got a leg here supporting this corner piece, and then supporting that batten. That leg there screwed onto the back board there, and then that one is kind of supporting that other back one there, but other than that, nothing special. But then where this polystyrene is in this, I've got another 12mm ply, although for this one and for that one it's chipboard, but as I said, it's boards that I had prior, which for the fiddle yards, I may as well put them to use, because otherwise it's just going to cost me a bit more money to try and knock up a framework and everything else, whereas these were already pre-framed and ready to do. So the other piece of 12mm ply I've got, which is going to go across here and there, which isn't going to be an issue with closing the door. Obviously I've got a block there to keep the door open, so thingy, but it's not going to run. The board's only going to go from here, and then possibly angle it to there. I might put, I've got another piece of wood which is there, which I might put going along underneath here somewhere to strengthen that again that way, so the board's not loose. But other than that, it's all pretty solid. It's turned out the way I wanted to, although some of you will be saying, you know, you haven't got holes for your wiring underneath. That will be done at a later stage once I know where my track is going to go. So it's no point me at the minute just drilling holes everywhere to then realise the wires drooping down, the drop wires, the bus wire and everything else is in the wrong place, and I don't really want to be disorganised under here. I want to try and get as organised as I can, as I've got cable ties. These are going to be probably, as it comes through, I don't know, say there's a hole by here, I'll cable tie there and then another one there, so they're all nice and compact and it's all nice and tidy, so I can label it all track 1, 2 to whatever. But yeah, other than that, yeah, we are having fun. There's mostly some stock up there just for showing of how of me me fiddle yard's looking. But this is where all my stock has gone for now. I've got some new additions, the LNER Gresley Suburban First Class Coaches Luxury Composite, and then Laxity, that one. Them I bought with, where are you? That LNER Thompson Class L1 from Chester Model Railway Centre. The guy did me a pretty good bargain on it. It was supposed to be, I think, 120 for the loco, but because some other gentleman had pre-ordered it and hadn't gone to collected it because he wanted to get rid, I had it for, I think, about 90 quid, something like that. So yeah, that was a bargain. Plus them 3 coaches were on offer for 40 quid each, reduced from 65, I believe. So I thought, while they were on offer, to get them. You know, and then another latest edition, thanks to buying it from James Simpson, who's another fellow YouTuber, the BR280T Class 42. That I received quite a while ago. I think it was 2 weeks. Great little runner. So yeah, the HST there at the bottom, they don't work, but the ones on the top do. I need them, the cogs re-greasing and everything else. But yeah, that's all my stock in there for now, until I get my layout, or the track at least, down in the fiddle yard, so then I know what trains which do which, and then I can actually research them properly, and then everything else. But yeah, that's one bit of unit that I'll be putting under. There'll be another set of drawers and units and whatever else under here. And then for where I'm going to put my controller, I was thinking of having either this side or by here underneath, having it as a pull out, so I can store it underneath and then out. Maybe getting a bit of, not so much this thickness, but this, I think, is it 2x4 or whatever it is, along the joints here, and again here, after I've done all the wiring, obviously, and then having it so I can pull it out when it's in use, and then push it back in when I'm putting it up, like I've finished running and whatnot. So I've got quite a bit of space to have benches and possibly put in, if it's not going to work out with a track, then I can put a corner piece in and whatnot. But yeah, this is the stage I'm at. I'm pretty pleased. I've been waiting 2 years for me to get to where I am, but with modelling, it's never easy, but you have to have the time, the patience, and also the money, especially with the price of track and everything else these days. It's not exactly easy, but unfortunately my missus hasn't made it any easier by the amount of times we've moved over the last 3 or 4 years. But now that we finally decided to stay where we are, and that there will be getting bridged with cork tiles. It's quite a considerable gap. Unfortunately, when we measured it, it was correct that the board joins would butt up, but unfortunately it hasn't. But it's no issue. It's neither here or there. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. Please feel free to subscribe and comment, and I will see you in the next update. Bye bye.